Hi, I'm Leale-Green and I'm here today to talk to you about my role as University Guidance Counsellor for Leale-Moon. So the process of University Guidance Counselling started a couple of months ago when we talked to the students about what sort of problems in the world that they would like to be able to solve with their education. And from that they do a research essay and begin to build up a picture of some of the ways that they might be able to solve some of the problems that they're interested in. That gives us a basis for talking about what they might want to study at university and helps to guide us into which universities they might want to look at to research to find out more. So this week I'm in Zambia with our first year students and preparing them to think about which universities they might want to apply to. So earlier in the week, I gave them a list of universities where I know that there is the possibility of them receiving full financial aid and sent them off to do some research. Some I allocated to specific students where I think they'll do a programme that they're interested in. So today, the students presented their initial findings and have started to hone in on which university they will probably apply to in the US on early decision.
Hi, my name is Esther.
My name is Steven Mwanza.
My name is Tiange.
My name is Joseph.
I'm thinking of studying pharmacy.
I'm interested in the environment and climate change, and I would like to study environmental science.
I'm interested in health advancements and social well-being, and I'd love to study biomedical engineering.
Lately, I've developed an interest in entrepreneurship, and currently I'm doing a research essay which compares the availability of startup capital between Zambia and the UK. And at the university, I'm thinking of studying entrepreneurship and business administration.
Soka University of America, Kenyan College, and Haverford College. One of the activities that really got my attention was the clubs that they offer at Soka University, which is the Business and Career Interest Club. I feel like in that club I can learn a lot from there. Then another thing that got my attention was the activities, the extracurricular activities that they offer, which includes swimming, dance classes, and music classes.
The universities that I've so far been researching on are Johns Hopkins University, Smith College, and the University of Madison, Wisconsin. And what I love about Johns Hopkins College is it's ranked, it was the first university in the US to be a research institution. I love that fact because currently bioengineering requires research because you can't do health advancements minus knowing what previously occurred. So I like the fact that it's a research institution. It will help the future leaders know more about the problems by researching and analyzing them so that they can look for solutions.
And Duke University, and specifically I was considering my area of interest, which is climate change. So what I found out about Duke is that it has prioritized researches on climate change, which I found to be very fascinating because it aligns with my interest. Yes. And another thing which I liked about Duke is that it also sponsors students to go and carry out researches around the world, which is very interesting because it creates space to explore more cultures, yes, and make connections in other countries. That's all about Duke. So then I'll proceed to talk about Yale. The fascinating fact about Yale is that it has a partnership with the NASA, and what they do, they pick some some students from Yale University, which the NASA goes with in the outer space to explore. It's very interesting. And in relation to my interest, Yale also has been investing much in researches concerning the conservation of environment and innovations. So for that reason, there is a research currently going on the eco-living modules, which are environmental friendly houses. So these houses, they use clean energy, and they save up to 40% of the resources, yeah, and also save up to a third of carbon emissions. Yeah, that's what I find interesting about here. I took university. I found a fascinating research which is done on climate change. So this research was talking about how elephants help in reducing the carbon concentrations in the atmosphere. What the research explained is that when the elephants they are walking, they step down on the small trees and plants, creating space for bigger trees to grow more. As when these trees increases in diameter, they absorb a large amount of carbon emissions.
Currently, I'm researching on Babson College. I've discovered that Babson College is a top-ranking college in terms of entrepreneurship, which is kind of related to my interest. And I've been researching on the universities, like the kind of life, the campus, and I found that it's not really a big college. There's a small student body, and I like that because I don't want a university which has a lot of students. And I found that it's not really in the national league of, like, in terms of sports, like basketball, which means I can also have a chance of playing. Yeah, and again, I found that it really uses a real world method way of teaching, and unlike other universities where it's just like limited in the classroom, but otherwise it is really like engaging. It gives a real life experience kind of teaching. And so Babson College does this entrepreneurship program called Foundation Management Entrepreneurship, which is required by all first year students. Now, this project is where students come up with startup companies, and then they come up with products or services, and then when they make profits at the end of the year, they liquidate the company and donate those profits to charities. Now, that intrigued me because it's something like I did back in high school. I did something similar where I had to start up a company, and then after 11 weeks, we liquidated the company and then shared the profits. So that's really intrigued me, and I still want to do that same thing again.
So I think it's very important that the students that we work with have somebody to help guide them through the maze of university applications. The process itself is very complicated. There are lots of ways that you could make a failed application. So from that point of view, it's important to have someone in that position. But I also think the main thing is really coaxing out of the students what they're really interested in. In Zambia, people can be quite limited in terms of what they know about. They maybe haven't had exposure to different subjects, career opportunities, etc. And I see that as a very vital part of my role in uncovering their hidden inner ambitions. Thank you for supporting Our Moon.